Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be looking at what happened to every animatronic from the Winchester Pizza Time Theatre, aka the first location. Okay. So first we're going to start off with the Chuckbot 1, version 1. Before the version 1 was made, Harold Goldbranston made a Chuck E. Cheese proof of concept prototype animatronic. The bot was based most likely around the Ricky Rat walk-around. The bot was very different to the version 1 bot, having a more pink muzzle, a pink belly, no suit/vest, no hat, different eyes, and different ears. This bot is now in the hands of Harold. The finalized. The animatronic was finalized by May 1977 and placed in the store. The animatronic was located in the dining area on the right main entrance wall corner. Was located in the dining room on the right main entrance wall corner, left of Winchester Krusty the Cat version 1 animatronic, and right of the Winchester Jasper T. Jowls animatronic. The bot was programmed to the Pizza Time Theatre show tape. The bot could be seen in several promotional pictures of the store from May 17, 1977 to August 1977. The bot was later programmed to the Helen Henny show tape. The bot's last show tape to be programmed to was the Madame Oink 1 show tape in February 1978. Replacement, Sunnyvale office, and whereabouts. In summer 1978, Winchester Chuck E. Cheese version 2 animatronic was created to replace the former. The version 2 bot had more movements and was higher quality. We'll talk about that bot next. In summer 1978, after the version 2 bot was installed, the version 1 bot was sent to the corporate office in Sunnyvale, California. The bot was put in a picture display area at an unknown location. The bot was given a microphone as seen in the color photo and Sunnydale display photo. We'll look at that soon. The bot would remain at Sunnyvale for another 6 years and would be removed in 1984. Nothing has been seen of the animatronic after its last seen appearance at the Sunnyvale, California office. It is suspected that the bot was destroyed during corporate's move to Showbiz Pizza Time corporate office in Iverton, Texas in 1984. Though since there is no confirmed reason for the bot's disappearance, it is unclear if the bot currently still exists in private hands or not, but I wouldn't be surprised if corporate destroyed it. The design. The bot had a tan latex mask and a tan ear mold. The bot had a larger white buck toothpiece made of either latex or another material. The bot had a black latex nose placed on the snout of the muzzle. The bot had a pink tongue in its mouth. The bot had 2 white eyes and with black pupils on them. The bot sported light gray fur around his face, ears, and arms. The bot's right hand had darker fur. The bot had grayish eyelids with small black eyelashes. The bot had a yellow undershirt, a blue, red, and yellow vest, a pink bow tie, and a red derby hat with a yellow piece of fabric on it. From summer 1978 to early 1983 at Sunnyvale, the bot was given a gray and black microphone with a cord on it. This was most likely to make it consistent with the Winchester Chuck E. Cheese version 2 animatronic. Coozer Chuck. That last part, I don't know. Okay. Movements. Mouth, right arm, raise eyelids, ears, eyes swivel left, eyes swivel right. And here's the photos of the version 1 animatronic. As you can see in the corner right here, there he is at the corporate. This is another photo of it at corporate. You can see the original did not have a microphone. So, now it's time for Chuckbot 2. In or before summer 1978, Pizza Time Theatre would ask Fantasy Forest and Harold Goldbranston to create a second model version of the Winchester Chucky. Chuck version 1 animatronic and Winchester Krusty the Cat version 1 animatronic bots. I'm a little slow. To create a second model of the Winchester Chuck E. Cheese version 1 animatronic and Winchester Krusty the Cat version 1 animatronic bots. Chuck version 2 would replace his predecessor in summer of 1978, setting up in the right main entrance wall corner. The bot was programmed to the Madame Oink 1 show tape. The bot would later be programmed to the Foxy Colleen 1 show tape. The final confirmed show the bot had was Madam Oink 2. The bot would make an appearance in an Australia broadcast known as Four Corners in mid to late 1979. The bot was also seen in the Great All American Pizza Show franchise pamphlet. The bot was sent to the Pizza Time Theatre, Sunnyvale, California corporate office in 1981 when Winchester got Cyberamics. Bankruptcy. Following Pizza Time Theatre's bankruptcy, costume designer Jewel Kamen would rescue a Chuck version 2 along with 2 other animatronics from Winchester Pasquale animatronic and Winchester Jasper T. Giles animatronic. During the corporate move from Pizza Time Theatre, Sunnyvale, California corporate office. Kamen had the 3 animatronics on display in her home and even created brand new cosmetics to have Jasper and Chucky match the curtains in her house. After the Showbiz Pizza Place and / Pizza Time Theatre merger, Jewel Kamen gave permission to the newly formed Showbiz Pizza Time to display the Winchester animatronics in their Showbiz Pizza Time corporate office. The 3 animatronics were rigged to a button to play a short Pizza Time Theater skit. The characters wore down to a point where they could not properly function. Brian Hagen of the entertainment department made an attempt to repair the characters, even replacing the original cylinders with the new Bimba branded cylinders. However, this got to a point where they had to be turned off and only had the skit audio playing. In 2004, during a remodel, the Pasquale and Jasper animatronics were destroyed, presumably ordered by Gene Cram. Chucky was rescued by the entertainment department and displayed in the programming room for the time being. The bot had also deteriorated slightly over time. Present. Gabriel Vasquez urged Jewel Kamen to get the Chucky animatronic back into her possession. Senior director of Chuck E. Cheese Paul Tenuka managed to return the animatronic back to Jewel Kamen. The next summer she'd move and no longer had space to put the animatronic. In 2011, Jewel got into contact with Gabriel and sold him the animatronic. However, Gabriel also did not have space to put it on display, so he then sold it to Travis Scaffar in 2014. The animatronic now sits on display with the Winchester Krusty the Cat version 2 animatronic. Design. Upgraded to better reflect the improved design and movements seen from guest characters at the location, the second iteration of Winchester Chuck differs greatly from its predecessor. The biggest improvement is the fact that it was built to be 3-dimensional, and as a result is capable of head and body movements. Additionally, to match the aesthetics and design of the guest, Chuck's proportions are much less exaggerated and cartoonish. Man, I'm sorry, I'm tired. The bot features the same latex snout mold that was used for the prior version of Chucky, as well as the Cooster Chuck walk-around. However, unlike version 1, the bot's inner ears and hands were also cast in latex, better matching the most realistic designs seen on guest stars. Similarly, the eyes were updated from the flat googly mechanism to fully 3-dimensional ones. Chucky's eyes were created using the same process that was used to make the eyes of guest characters and the updated Krusty, pouring resin into light bulbs to create a perfect half sphere, which was then taken out of the light bulb once it hardened. Afterwards, the irises were hand painted on. Unique to the bot's design are also the bushy eyebrows, which haven't been seen before or since. The bots featured a zipper on its back cosmetic for a gained up piece to gain access to the inside of the torso, as well as opening at the back of the head, likely to accommodate for any needed maintenance. While retaining the basic design, aspects of the prior versions, such as the derby vest, inner shirt, and bow ties, version 2's wardrobe features several differences. The thick yellow trimmed vest used for version 1 has been replaced with a thinner paisley vest that features a diamond pattern throughout. The pink bow tie has also been replaced with a black one. Additionally, Chuck now sports 3 black buttons on his inner shirt, a quality that would persist in subsequent interiors of the character for the next decade. This Bot's red and yellow derby hat is also further three-dimensional to accommodate the fact that the back half of the character was no longer directly attached to the wall. It was no longer attached to the wall. This Bot also marks the first time Chucky would ever hold a microphone or cigar. The microphone remains a consistent accessory with the character even decades later. The cigar, however, would only carry over to the Cruiser Bot before being retired completely only 2 years later. When Chuck version 2 was saved by Jewel came in and moved into her house, the Bot was given a new outfit with specific patterns that matched her curtains. The outfit consisted of a black top hat with a green band, a green vest with a black trim, and a white tuxedo undershirt with 3 buttons. The black hat can only be seen in a single photo, as most photos afterwards show the Bot wearing the original derby. The Bot was given an Uncle Sam hat and tag that displayed the American flag at some point, presumably as a reference to the Pizza Time Theatre skit they were performing. Movements. Mouth, eyes left, eyes right, eyes up, eyes down, eyelids, ears, head up, head tilt, head turn right, body turn right, plus left arm twist, right arm up, and right elbow. You can see, this was him in the store. He had the scar in his hand right here. And we have the microphone. And here is them, like, there he is right here. Years later. This is in the 90s with the black top hat. There he is again, without his forearms. There he is again. And here he is again in the corporate offices. This was taken in Chuck E. Cheese corporate office. Here you can see more Chuck E. Cheese corporate office, Chuck E. Cheese corporate office, Chuck E. Cheese corporate office, and then this is Travis Scafar. Now we're moving on to Krusty Bot version 1. Krusty was the second animatronic built by Harold Goldbrinson for the Winchester Boulevard location after Winchester Chuck E. Cheese version 1 animatronic. His original design called for him to wear a baseball cap to go along with his jersey, which was never implemented on the animatronic. The Bot was placed in the left main diner entrance corner wall. In summer 1978, Krusty was upgraded to the Winchester Krusty the Cat version 2 animatronic alongside Chuck E. Cheese version 1 to match the mechanics of the other Bots, since Chucky and Krusty were the earliest models of the set. After this, Krusty was presumably sent to Pizza Time Theatre, Sunnyvale, California corporate office after Pizza Time Theatre vacated building. The bankruptcy, Krusty would, along with many of the Winchester's animatronics, would be considered lost, and as its fate has not been revealed, although the most likely option is he was thrown away. Design. Krusty the Cat was a half-body figure which was affixed to the backdrop, similar to the original Chuck E. Cheese animatronic. Krusty wore a blue and yellow baseball jersey which read Swingers 13 in yellow text. His eyelids are blue fabric. His eyelids are blue fabric with green rounded eyes, unlike Chucky's black eyes. His face is covered in short white fabric, with thicker black fur covering his hands. Originally, it was planned to give Krusty flashing lights behind his eyes to add to his appearance of apprehension. And here is the original Krusty. Krusty Bot version 2. After the creation of the Winchester Madam Oink animatronic and Winchester Helen Henny animatronic, Pizza Time Theatre requested Fantasy Force Manufacturing to update the early Winchester Chuck E. Cheese version 1 animatronic and Krusty Bots to have more movements. The Bot was seen in an Australian broadcasting segment in 1979, which is the only footage of the Bot at Winchester. Once the Winchester Boulevard location upgraded their shows to standard for Cyberamics in 1981, the version 2 Krusty Bot was relocated to the original Pizza Time Theatre Sunnyvale, California corporate office. Once Pizza Time Theatre went bankrupt, Paul Liddens of Showbiz Pizza Time Inc. Entertainment Department acquired the Krusty animatronic, and it was thought to be a prototype animatronic that never ended up in a location. In 2011, the Krusty animatronic was discovered once again and later bought by Travis Scafar in 2012. The Bot is currently in storage in Travis Scafar's archive. Cosmetic design and movements. Krusty is a black cat with white fur patches wearing a blue and yellow baseball uniform reading Swingers 13 to fit his theming. He also held a red baseball bat in his right hand. The animatronic's eyes and hands are nearly identical to its accompanying Winchester Chuck E. Cheese version 2 animatronic, with the exception of color and eyes being more detailed. The majority of the animatronics mechanisms were built onto the fiberglass body, leaving a mostly empty interior. As for cylinders, it appears that a majority of the head used single small acting cylinders for certain movements. The metal base Krusty was also built on what was brought up to an angle. What? Metal base Krusty was built on was brought up to an angle so it could come out of the frame more. An additional note: the body turns dedicated the movement of the left arm like the future Cybertrucks. Here he is. So we have, that was a photo from the listing, and here is Travis Farvis, Krusty. Pasquale Bot. Pasquale debuted on May 17, 1977, along with the rest of the Winchester animatronics. Pasquale was originally going to call out pizza orders for pickup with the use of a microphone along his animated segments with the band. This was dropped early on as too many orders were placed at a time, making it cumbersome to slowly call out each one. Pasquale was placed behind a set of doors and would emerge from behind them, giving the illusion of popping out of the kitchen. In 1978, Pasquale would be given a small copyright plaque on his frame, labeled Copyright Pizza Time Theatre, Inc. 1978. In 1980, Pasquale, along with all the other animatronics, were removed from the location and replaced with the standard Pasquale Cyberamic models. Pasquale was moved to the Pizza Time Theatre Sunnyvale corporate office. Alongside the other retired Winchester animatronics, he would remain there until Pizza Time Theatre vacated the building following their bankruptcy in 1984. He would be saved alongside with the Winchester Chuck E. Cheese version 2 animatronic and Winchester Jasper T. Jowls animatronic by Jewel Kamen. Corporate move and destruction. In 1990s, Chuck E. Cheese Entertainment borrowed the Winchester bots from Jewel Kamen to use in a museum dedicated to Chuck E. Cheese history, plans for which would never move forward. The bots were instead used as a display in the Showbiz Pizza Time Theatre corporate office until 2004. At an unknown date during their stay at the office, the bots would be given different clothes and cosmetics. Pasquale would have all of his original clothing replaced with Duke LaRue animatronic cosmetics, including the bot's latex hands and the revised Chess 2K. In 2004, the building would undergo a remodel. The bots were removed as a result and ordered to be destroyed, rumored to be by Gene Cram, as per Chuck E. Cheese's de-identification policy. Jasper and Pasquale were destroyed, but Chuck E. Cheese was rescued by employees. Joe Kamen was not compensated for their destruction. Chuck E. Cheese. They can be stupid sometimes. Design. This would be the first ever design for Pasquale. His attire and features were based around a stereotypical Italian pizza chef. His right hand holds a pizza cutter, with the other hand holds an uncut pizza. He is dressed in a red and white striped shirt with a white apron and red neck chief over it. His hat is a plain white Chess 2K sitting atop a head of curly hair. His face brandishes a large furry mustache with an exaggerated lip and chin under it. His nose is spherical, pointing upwards from the mustache. His eyes are moved to the farthest upper corners of his face, with pupils looking down on the audience. His eyelids pose an extreme angry expression, with the left one slightly raised. His hands are attached to the kitchen doors that open and close, covering the animatronic in its entirety. This is designed to appear as if Pasquale is coming in and out of his kitchen. The doors have two fake windows and a large split sign reading Pasquale's Kitchen over them. In 1978, an additional copyright plaque labeled Copyright Pizza Time Theatre, Inc. 1978 would be put on the bottom of his frame. Corporate adjustments. During his stay at the Showbiz Pizza Time Theatre corporate office, most of his cosmetics would be changed to the ones from the Duke LaRue animatronic. This includes his scarf, his mustache, his hat being an updated hat from the first three-stage hat, his latex hands, and his apron. Additionally, his pupils would be moved from looking down left to up right, with stars painted across the surface. It is unclear if they were the original pupils or replacement ones after the originals potentially fell off. It is unknown that what was done with the old cosmetics after this change, though they were likely thrown away during refurbishment, or later during the remodel or move of the corporate office. His movements include doormouth, eyelids, and mustache. And here he is. There's a really close-up version of Pasquale. Here's the doors. They are again. So, yeah. You can see what I mean about the third stage. Yeah. The Jasper Bot. The Winchester Jasper Bot was created by Harold Goldbrinson of Fantasy Forest in early 1977 after the Winchester Krusty the Cat version 1 animatronic and Winchester Chuck E. Cheese version 1 animatronic. In May 1977, the bot was installed at the right dining area wall at Winchester. The bot was programmed to the Pizza Time Theatre show tape and later the Helen Henny show tape. The bot was later programmed to the Madame Oink and Foxy Colleen show tapes during 1978. Corporate move and destruction. After Pizza Time Theatre vacated the Sunnyvale building in 1984, Jasper, along with Winchester Chuck E. Cheese version 2 and Winchester's Pasquale animatronic, would be rescued by Jewel Kamen. Jewel would end up loaning all three portrait bots to the Showbiz Pizza Time corporate offices in the mid-1990s to display in a museum dedicated to the history of Chuck E. Cheese's. The museum plans would never go through, and the animatronics would simply be used as display pieces. At some point, Jasper's shirt was replaced with a blue and white striped shirt, and their muzzle was repainted with extra spots. In 2004, corporate would undergo a remodel, and the portrait bots would be removed from their spot on the wall. The animatronics were ordered to be destroyed as part of Chuck E. Cheese's strict de-identification policy. While Chuck E. was saved by employees, Jasper and Pasquale were destroyed. The person who destroyed them is unknown. And maybe that's a good thing, because I swear to everything, if I find out who did that, they're cooked. They're done. I'm coming for you. Design. The bot had a brown latex mask, 2 black ears, and a white snout with 2 dots on each side. 2 black and white eyes, black eyebrows, brown eyelids, and 2 brown hands. The bot later had its snout repainted. The bot had a red and white patterned undershirt, light blue overalls, a black neck collar, and a country hat. The bots formerly had a black feather on it, and also a pipe, but it was removed before 1970. During the bot's time at the SPT HQ, it had a blue and white striped shirt, a black neck collar, the same or possibly different overalls, and a blue stripe on their hat. The bot had a brown and white banjo. Originally, it was a real banjo, but it was putting too much weight on the bot and replaced with a fake one. It also featured a fly on the outer part of the portrait. As you can see, we have them painting the Jasper animatronic. We have the Jasper animatronic right here, where it looks like the fly is actually gone. As you can see, the fly was right here. And here's another photo of Jasper. You can see the copyright. And it's not, yeah. The Helen Bot. In August 1977, Pizza Time Theatre had finalized their guest store concept with the creation of Helen Henny. They tasked Fantasy Forest with creating the bot. The bot was installed at the Pizza Time Theatre of San Jose, California, Winchester Boulevard on August 12, 1977. The bot was installed with the Helen Henny show tape. The bot was replaced in February of 1978 when Winchester's Madame Oink animatronic was installed. The fate of Winchester's Helen is unknown, as no photos of the bot at Pizza Time Theatre, Sunnyvale, California corporate office, Pizza Time Theatre, Cupertino, California office, or any of the Pizza Time Theatre corporate locations have been found. The bot is possibly the same as Cruiser Helen Henny animatronic, as the bots share the same design. The bot was most likely destroyed during the move to the Showbiz Pizza Time corporate office. The bot had long brown hair, brown eyes, yellow hands, and red painted fingernails. A black necklace with a gold medallion, and wears a white shirt with a purple vest over. As you can see, some photos of her. These, I don't think are the one. I think this is a Cruiser Road bots, but they're basically the same. Madame Oink bot. Winchester Madame Oink was installed in February of 1978, replacing Winchester Helen Henny animatronic. She would later be replaced in October of 1978 with Winchester Foxy Colleen. Sometime after this, she was sent back to Pizza Time Theatre, Sunnyvale, California corporate office. Her current whereabouts are unknown, but she was most likely destroyed alongside with most of the other portrait bots during the move to the Showbiz Pizza Time Theatre corporate office in 1984. Madame Oink had short white hair, hazel eyes, a green dress, a white necklace, a gold ascot, an emerald ring, a feathered boa in her hand, and a metallic gray microphone in her hand, similar to Winchester's Chuck E. Cheese version to animatronic. Here's some photos of her. So we have this one where she was being made alongside Dolly Dimples, it looks like. And here's the original bot herself. Foxy Colleen bot. The bot was installed in October of 1978, replacing Winchester Madame Oink animatronic for the Foxy Colleen 1 show tape. They were the final Fantasy Forest guest star to be installed at Winchester and the last Fantasy Forest bot installed at Winchester in general. The bot was put in the Great All-American Pizza Show brochure in 1979. As well with other Winchester bots, her whereabouts after 1980 are unknown, but she was most likely sent to Pizza Time Theatre, Sunnyvale, California corporate office after being uninstalled. After the bankruptcy of 1983, Foxy Colleen was presumed destroyed. She had long black and brown hair, a small green top hat with a black stripe, and white 3-leaved clovers surrounding the stripe. Light brown eyes, a white shirt, white necklaces around her left wrist, similar to Winchester's Madame Oink's, a green skirt with another 3-leaved clover on it, a felt clover sticking out of her skirt, and a microphone mounted to her base like Winchester Chuck E. Cheese version to animatronic, and Winchester Madame Oink. Here's a few photos of her. I think these are the two same. Okay. Orbilet's bot. Before the bot was created, Harold Goldbergenstein created concept art showing what the bots could do. The concept art had scrapped movements for the eyes, heads, and hands. The bots were developed in early 1977 by Harold Goldbergenstein and Fantasy Forest. The bots were later installed in San Jose, California, Winchester, and programmed to the first Pizza Time Theatre show tape in early 1977. The bot was later programmed to the Helen Henny show tape, the Madame Oink, and the Foxy Colleen. From August 1978 to November 1978, the bot was seen in an episode of the Australian broadcast series Four Corners and their new eatery fad segment. The bot was removed in 1981 when Winchester got Cyber Remix. The bot was sent to the Pizza Time Theatre, Sunnyvale, California corporate office the same year and left there until 1984 when they were thrown out during the move to Showbiz Pizza Time Theatre corporate office. Here's the design. I know it's real blurry, but there's the original blueprints. And now it's time for the orchestra, the band board. You know what I'm talking about. Winchester Pizza Time Orchestra animatronic. The initial inspiration for the drum board would be between 1970 to 1971, when Nolan Bushnell would visit the local pizza and pipes restaurant in Redwood City for inspiration on his burgeoning arcade restaurant concept. While the visit mainly inspired the need to have entertainment alongside the food, mechanically operated instruments would later make their way to the first location in 1977. It was seen on a shelf beside Jasper T. Giles among random objects, and the setup appeared in Pizza Time Theater's franchise brochure in 1979, where they are referred to as drum and noise makers. They were either removed when the store received new ceramics or when it closed in February 1985. The band board was right in between these two flags. You can see it right there. Flag wavers. The Winchester flag wavers were installed in May 1977 in the dining area. They would wave along to show tapes. The bots appeared in the Great All-American Pizza Show brochure in 1979, where they were referred to as just flags. The bot would remain at Winchester, until it got Cyber Remix in 1981. The bots were either sent to Pizza Time Theatre, Sunnyvale, California corporate office, or thrown out. And you can see these flags are the flag wavers. The bot's applause board. The bot was produced in 1977 by Fantasy Forest. The bot was put into the Pizza Time Theatre on San Jose, California, Winchester Boulevard, somewhere in 1977. The bot was at Winchester until 1985 when it was removed and most likely sent to the Pizza Time Theatre, Sunnyvale, California corporate office. The bot was most likely thrown out when Pizza Time Theatre was moving to the Showbiz Pizza Time corporate office. This video is dedicated to the bots. Special thanks to Cheesypedia. Whew, that was a long video. Okay, everyone, thank you all for watching. Comment, like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.